Here's to the dreamers, the seekers, the wise. Crystal lavender will reach in the skies. Through tarot and starlight we'll always roam. In the heart of the universe we found our home. Comes where the mystics play. We speak the language of the Milky Way. A touch of Venus, a kiss from the moon, guiding lost hearts with a sweet gentle tune.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome here. Welcome back. Good morning, good night, good afternoon, whatever part of the world you're on, whatever time you are watching this video. This episode of As the Tarot Turns is brought to you on purpose with purpose. And I am your host, Crystal Lavender. Some people know me as Nacho Mama. Some people know me as Criddle, like Riddle with a C, but I'm going to go with my God-given name, which is Crystal Lavender. So before we get started on this Capricorn reading, we are going to talk about this. This is my book. It is called Say You Love, and it is a testimony of triumph over all of the darkness that I have overcome in my life, including childhood, SA, and addiction. And I wrote this whole entire thing using my phone and some paper. Okay, so this will be available on Amazon for $12.12, or you could get a digital copy if you email me. I still am having problems with my website as far as the download goes, so if you would like a downloadable version, you could go to my email address and I will send you a PDF downloadable version, or you could get a signed copy as well if you email me. So all of that stuff will be in the description box underneath the video. All right, so let's get this party started for Capricorn. Let's get some general messages for Capricorn. I know I have not shown my face in a couple of in a minute now, but I'm going to. I will. I said I was going to the other day, but then I didn't feel like it. So we are here doing it this way. All right, let's get you a spiritual AF card for Capricorn. It says you can't save your face and your at the same time. It says there's a secret. Is there a secret you are keeping? Is ego keeping you from being honest about who you really are? Go ahead and admit where you effed up. Seriously, we are all F-ups in some way. Welcome to being human. You do you, baby. Right? No one's perfect. We're all perfectly imperfect. And one thing that is awesome about owning everything that you ever have done, owning everything that you ever will do, or owning everything that you are, is the fact that nobody can come in and use it against you. When you own all that you are and all that you've ever done, then nobody can use it as a weapon, right? Because I mean, you've already owned it, you already admit it, you already say what's good, what's not good, and it just takes the power away from anybody trying to use anything against you like that. All right, the other one we have is the wound is the place where the light enters you. It says, pick one time in your life where you've been hurt and ask how it has made you golden. Did it make you more tender-hearted? Did it open you up when you were once closed down? Did that heartbreak lead you to more connection with spirit? Can you just get a little teensy tiny bit grateful for it? Yeah, look at you. You're like a wounded disco ball inside. Ooh, ooh, hi, disco, disco. Hi, Tanya. Nice to see you. Hi, Mama Beans. Let's get one more. I don't know why, but I feel like one more of these spiritual AF cards. It was kind of spur of the moment. Everybody's watching the Super Bowl. It says, don't be an ungrateful poop. You can read what it says, but So seriously, if you're reading these cards, you're privileged. You can read. Reading is super freaking fantastic. It's fantastic. Think about how many generations of people didn't get to read. We are not completely effed. We know how to read, right? I mean, going to school and stuff like that used to be seen as a privilege. Like it was an honor and a privilege to go to school, to get to learn, to learn, to know how to read, to know how to write. And we take so much for granted nowadays. Like going to school is no longer a privilege for people. Like they look at it as a punishment. It's more like a punishment or a prison, glorified babysitters than anything else, So don't forget to be grateful for the things that you do know, and the things that you have learned, the educations that have been provided to you, right? Because not everybody gets that kind of education. Not everybody gets to learn how to read or write. I've actually met people that didn't know how to read. Thank you so much, Tanya. It's nice to see you here. All right, let's get one more message for general messages for Capricorn. I wonder what will happen next. ready to adventure, the precipice of change. So some of y'all might be like just ready to go. You don't know where you're going, you don't know what you want to do, but you know that like I feel like you're restless. You're getting restless. Are you a little bit bored? There's nothing wrong with taking adventures, all right? Just make sure that it's not impulsive or reckless. Like being restless is one thing, but don't be reckless, all right? Hi, Perfect Dark. Don't be impulsive. Yeah, because a moment's regret, right? Like everything can change in a moment, man. And all it takes is one day. One day people fall in love. One day people fall out of love. One day we are born, and one day we die. One day everything can change with the swiftness. It takes 1 minute to break a whole lifetime worth of trust and respect with somebody, right? It takes 1 minute for someone to break trust and respect with us. Like a moment of silence in the middle of a heated argument will save a lifetime of regret. Okay, so be careful about just jumping the gun or putting the pedal to the metal. Says nostalgia, idealizing the past and fearing you've made a mistake. No such thing as a mistake. There's only a mistake. If there's something that you honestly, truly don't know that is wrong, then it's not a mistake. It's a mistake. You'll get a chance and an opportunity to do it again. Okay, because the only mistakes we make in life are the ones that we don't learn from. Says manage to be glad, create your own happiness regardless of the conditions, right? If we're always waiting to be ready, right? Waiting to have the perfect equipment, waiting to feel better, waiting to be skinnier, gain weight, have a better hair color, have all this perfect software. It's like we're always like in the middle of waiting to be ready, to be ready, to be ready, right? Sometimes we just got to do it and figure it out along the way. Like there will never be the perfect moment. Like we have to create those perfect moments. Have to create those perfect moments. Let's see what we can get from the tarot. You are very, very welcome. Perfect Dark. I mean, it's one thing always, remain true to yourself, to thy own self be true, make sure that you speak up, speak your mind, but also monitor, like, is it factual, is it helpful, is it loving, is it kind, or is it just some rambling nonsense that doesn't really need to come out of our mouth. A moment of silence can save a whole lifetime of regret for sure. Ooh, somebody's coming clean. You got the coming clean card. Ooh, somebody that's been keeping secrets is going to come forward, going to come clean, going to probably tell you something that you already know. Like I feel like you're just kind of waiting in the background, waiting for them to actually like put their best foot forward. This could be someone that you work with too. Like maybe there was somebody that was like trying to be sneaky around your job. There's some work and home conflict, or like you're bringing your work home, which is causing conflict. Like try to check your baggage at the door. Like if it's stuff from work, um then check it at the door. Don't bring it into your sanctuary. Like your sanctuary is your sanctuary, your home space is your home space. That's your sanctuary. Don't be bringing all the baggage from work or all the baggage from outside of your home into your sanctuary. Make sure that you sweep it out, like actually open up them doors and sweep out that energy. Okay, but there's definitely, like, I don't know if you're waiting for somebody from the past to come clean. I feel like it's like you already know the truth about this situation, and it's like you're just waiting to hear it from them. You know, it's like it's almost like you can't move forward. But it's like if you can't move forward without this person's apology, then it's like they are in control of your movement. Now you've already given this person enough control, enough power over your life and over your situation. All right, like waiting to move forward is like waiting for permission. All right, like waiting for this apology from this person or for them to come forward in order for you to be capable of creating, of moving on, of manifesting. That's pretty much asking them for their permission to move on with your life. And yeah, you got the lovers in the reverse. So that's like unrequited love. That's some sort of disconnect, misalignment. Hi, FG. Hi, Michael. Yay. Nice to see you. Some sort of unrequited love, right? And I think you might be having a hard time either accepting that this person wasn't who you thought they were or isn't who you thought they were, like maybe accepting the fact that they are a false twin instead of an actual twin. You know, they're a faker, they're a falsie. Faker, falsie. They're emotionally immature, but don't wait for them to like you can't you can't wait from closure from them, all right, because that's stifling your whole experience, your whole creativity. Like, you don't need permission to move on from them, you don't need closure from them to move on from them. They've already caused you enough grief, they've already took away enough of your energy. Okay, don't give them of any more power. It's like you're just waiting around for them, like waiting around for them to come act right, for them to be respectful, for them to put on the right face, to tell the truth, to, you know, to come clean about their feelings, or, you know, whatever their emotions are. You, and it's putting your life on, you're putting your life on hold. You don't need permission from this person, all right? You don't need permission from this person. Yeah, to move on. It's like you are having a hard time moving on from this. And I don't know if you're just waiting to hear from them. Like, you're like in the back of your mind, you have this like hope, you know, like, well, if I move on with somebody else, well, what happens if they come back, you know? Well, what happens if they do? What happens if you find somebody else that's better than this person ever could have even imagined being? And that's usually the way it works too. It's like once you let go and move on, or once you find another like relationship, then everybody comes out of the woodwork and it's like, oh, I've had a crush on you for years. Yeah, I feel like you're getting impatient and restless, about this situation. You know, I wouldn't put all of your eggs into this basket. It feels like they're just stringing you along. You know, they like the fact that that you have this spot in your mind and in your heart for them, but they're not actually going to they're not coming forward. That's they're coming clean about a situation, about unrequited love. They're not moving forward. You know, like this is a standstill, stagnant water. I feel like mosquitoes are starting to brood in that shit. Hi, Barbara. Like, this is the type of stagnancy that like creates slime. It's creating moldy slime. All right, in your energy, in your headspace. So, but you feel unfinished business with it, with the world in reverse. You feel like there's unfinished business, seeking personal closure. But the thing about closure, like, you're waiting for this person to give you like closure, or to give you an apology, or to give you something, like some sort of key that you need to be able to move on. And the thing with that is they don't own that key. They do not own the key. You do. You do. Yeah, you got to keep them boundaries strong, man. You can't say no with the question mark. It's got to be a freaking period. Make that judgment. Yep, that judgment call. A big no with an exclamation point, with the period. Setting up those boundaries. You don't owe this person anything. But I feel like you have your heart on hold, you know, waiting for them to come back around. Yeah. Your love for yourself needs to be greater than your desire to be loved by this other person, or by anybody for that matter. Okay, because this person is they're I feel like they're breadcrumbing. They're keeping you on, they're keeping you in their back pocket, you know, for a rainy day, for when they actually feel like they can come forward, you know. Hi, Heather. This person is greedy. It's like they only come forward when they want to come forward, when it's convenient for them. All right. I feel like some of you need to like hold on to your money. All right. Don't especially if you get them taxes or whatever, don't be spending on a bunch of stupid shit. That's the one thing that like always gets us in trouble. Like because like those of us that are raised in poverty and like or that don't have a lot of money, it's like as soon as we get any money, we go out and buy all this stupid shit because we can, because oh now we can afford to have this stupid shit in our cart, like make sure like that you are actually investing your money wisely instead of on frivolous bullshit that you really don't care about or don't need. Like that's one of the traps that they use to keep us stuck on that poverty level. Yeah, be careful spending frivolously because you might have some sort of out like um an expense that comes out of nowhere. All right, like make sure that you put a little bit back, that you have a little bit of a cushion, that you have something for a rainy day, because I feel like there's going to be some sort of like sudden and abrupt like um expense that you're going to need that money for. All right, which is stupid. I hate that. I know. It's like, well, there it goes. Money comes, money goes, right? But that's the way that it's got to flow. It flows like that. What was that about kids? Where'd that go? Nowhere? That was weird. Any missing kids, tarot? I don't know what that means. What else do we got? I love you guys so much. I had to come on. I have the 360 days, man. 360 days. I'm in the process of trying to move my studio into this other room. I'm going to do my wood burning. I know. I know. mm. Yeah, there's like a real restless, like very restless energy. Very restless, like bored, almost like wanting to stir the pot just to stir the pot, just so that there's some sort of excitement. And like some people might think that boring, like that boring is boring, but really boring is actually really super peaceful, especially if you've grown up or you've been raised with so much chaos and confusion and destruction, and like there's like always some sort of craziness going on. So when you get in this moment of like finding actual peace, it might feel really really boring, but in actuality it's peaceful, not boring. All right. Don't be stirring chaos just because you're bored. Queen of Wands. Put that put that put that fire under your ass for something creative. Do some traveling. All right. Go someplace new. Or because you were like everybody worries about their money, man. Like our money comes and goes, but our time we never get back. So if you're going to invest your money into something, invest your money into some memory. Invest your money into going and experiencing something that you've never experienced before, not for buying some gadget that you really don't need. Create memories that will last a lifetime. So when you look back on your life, like when you reread the chapters of your life, you can look back at it and remember and be like, wow. Because if you go and buy some stupid random shit, you're probably not even going to remember it later on. So invest your money into travel, into experience, into go rock hunting, go get in touch with nature, uh go out to the forest. Yeah, time really is the real currency. Oh, you're going to therapy? Like what kind of therapy? Actual like mental therapy or physical therapy? either way, like, I'm proud of you, because getting help is such, like, we see it as a form of, like, admitting defeat. In actuality, it's like it is what really it takes a really strong person to reach out for help. It's like we wouldn't go to a freaking plumber, if our electricity was needing help. We wouldn't go to um a mechanic if we needed, like, our roof done. Like, we have a hard time um seeking some sort of outside source. But it's like these are like, they're professionals. That's what they do. That's their profession, you know and it took me a long time to actually get into therapy. Just walking away. I think there's, like, that situation from the past, this person that might have been your false twin flame, or somebody that you have just put on hold. All right, put your heart on hold, you've put yourself on hold, you've put your energy on hold. It's almost like if anybody comes towards you, you like have this person on the back of your mind, and you're like, no, I'm good. Like, you don't even give anybody an opportunity, because you've been so focused on this other person coming back. And I think you're slowly but surely, like, starting to actually energetically walk away. Like, you might not be with this person at the moment, but your spirit still belongs with this person, and in this and with this person. And, like, you haven't even attempted to let anybody else in, because of how overwhelmed you are with this other person's energy. And I think you're finally taking that step away, like, not just with your feet, but with your mind and with your heart and with your soul. Like, you're starting to contemplate um entertaining other options. Where before, I don't think that that was even a possibility. Like, the entertaining another option was absolutely out of the whole possible possibilities. Like, you're like, no, I'm still waiting for this person. This person is my person. And I think now you have seen, like, you've starting to get a bigger picture. I'm so proud of you, FG. Like, man, I've gone through so much of that. So much of that. And it's okay to not be okay sometimes. Especially when we're the rock. Like, if we've been the rock for our family, if we've been the rock inside of ourselves, like, it's like we're not allowed to fall apart. We're not allowed to have bad days. We're not allowed to, be in depression, because who else is going to be there for us? It's like we're always the ones that are picking up all the pieces, right? But I feel like there's definitely some sort of stagnancy that you're moving out of. Some sort of stagnancy, moving out of and away from. It's like you see the bigger picture. You see how you have absorbed this other energy as your own, and, like, taken it on, like, almost like when you bring your work home with you, or if you take take on the burdens of your loved ones. You take them on as if that was your burden yourself. In reality, you're just the observer of the burden. And I think you're learning how to release that energy. Aw, Tanya, thank you so much. Thank you, Tanya. You're just learning how to release this energy. I think you had a lot tied into it, a lot of your spirit and your mental, and um like, you had a lot of hopes for this situation, you know, but it's like we have a tendency to live in a fantasy. It's like we live in this fantasy of what things could be instead of what they really actually are. And we see the potential in other people. We see so much potential in other people, because we see the best in them, because we love them so much, and we want to see the best in them. We want to see the best version of them. We want to see them put their, to be in the best living situations. We want to be in the best living situations with them. And we have a hard time, like, when we come to realize that we have been living in this lofty idea of who someone is, rather than actually loving them for who they are in the moment, right? It's really hard. It's hard to let go of that fantasy, that vision, Um, but I feel like you had a lot, like you saw so much potential in this situation with this person, so much potential, and you've lived in this fantasy with them for a long time. You've put in your due effort. You've definitely, you have put in the work. You've given it all that you can give it. You've waited, you've been strong, you've been there to be as an ear, you've been there on the, like you've encouraged them even when it wasn't with you, but you've still like put your heart aside just for this person, and I feel like you're slowly coming to realize um that you deserve more than that, that you deserve an actuality, something that is tangible, not just a fantasy, something that you can touch, that you can feel, that you can taste, you can hear, you can see, you can be in, something that is actually like tangible, and you can pass down. With it being in the reverse, it's like, it's almost like just fairy tale. It's like all in your mind. It's better in your mind. It's like it hasn't manifested into reality. But we can't do that with specific people, right? We can manifest. We could reach into the ethers and pull out of the pool of magic. But once we put a specific name on something, then that goes against someone else's free will, right? We can manifest an opportunity. We can manifest like what it is that we are looking for in a significant other, but we cannot manifest a specific person, because then it goes on the lines of crossing their free will, which is, that will always backfire. All right. I think you're putting in the final, like you're making that final judgment, like you're coming out of the womb, you're being rebirthed as the phoenix from this situation. I think you've learned a lot from this situation. This situation has taught you a lot of resilience, a lot of empathy, a lot of compassion, a lot of understanding, humility. Just it's taught you a lot about yourself in general, and the situations, like the situations that life puts you in. And I feel like you are on your way. You are well on your way. You aren't completely healed from this situation, but you are absolutely um in connection with how much you really are worth, with how much you are, how much more you are worth than this situation. Like you deserve so much more than this lofty fairy tale over here. Heather, which one is it? Change names. Who changed names? I love you guys so much. Yeah, and you finally have the answers. Like Apollo comes down and gives these swords, these truths, okay? Hands these truths over, and it's like you can see the whole picture. You can see exactly what you've done right, what you've done wrong, how you could go about it differently. Like you are actually applying what it is that you've learned. Sometimes this is a win at all costs type of energy, but I don't really feel that with this situation. I just feel like you can see the truth, like you've been handed those swords of truth. The truth has been illuminated. And I don't think you're pouring any more of your emotions. It's like your head is, it's not that your heart's not in it anymore. It's that you are balancing, like your head over heart is more balanced. You're not an emotional wreck over the situation anymore. Like you can see it very clearly, with a clear mind, clear heart, clear conscience. Oh, I know you are beautifully connected with Tanya. You also have another one too, don't you, Tanya? But Heather, which Heather? Yeah, I used to be Nacho Mama. I used to be Nacho Mama. I just feel like it's taken it's like you don't want to move on from this situation. There is no movement from this situation. There's no movement in this situation with this other person. Like all of the movement is coming from inside of you. There's no actual movement with this person. Through beep beep, right? I think you're just committed to your own higher learning, to your own understanding. So you could be dealing with a Taurus. We got Taurus. Oh, geez, there's not a lot of major arcana on the table here. We've got air signs and fire signs for sure. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, and Taurus here. Let's see what else we could get. Let me get you one from the Four Agreements. What do we got from the Four Agreements? Oh. It's always better to ask questions than to make assumptions. Have the courage to ask questions until you are as clear as you can be. Once you hear the answer to a question, you won't have to make assumptions because you will know the truth, right? We as humans have a tendency to fill in all the blanks. Like we fill in, like if we don't ask the question, then we fill in all the blanks ourselves. And some of the ways that we fill in those blanks are completely absurd. We let our imagination run wild with us. They say assume equals ask you me, right? Assume. So make sure that you're actually asking the questions instead of filling in the blanks yourself, okay? You'll save yourself a lot. I mean, you could save yourself a lot of time or a lot of frustration. Especially if we let our mind wander. It's like being a mom, when you don't hear from your kid or whatever, then all of a sudden they're laying in a gutter somewhere, or got into a car accident, or we fill in the blanks with all this crazy ass shit. So make sure that you don't just fill in the blanks yourself, okay? And express your love. Impeccability of the word can be measured by your level of self love. If you love yourself, you will express that love in your interactions with others, and that action will produce a like reaction. Right? For every action, there's a reaction. Let's get one more. You do your best when you are enjoying the action or doing it in a way that will not have negative repercussions for you. Do your best because you want to do it, not because you have to do it. Not because you are trying to please the judge, and not because you are trying to please other people. Right? When we do things out of like pure passion for wanting to do them, it takes all the work out of doing it completely. It takes all the work out of it. I was checking out your band, FG. You guys are pretty badass, actually. Music, man. All right. And we will get you a Major Arcana card. Major Arcana card. I got hooked on the tarot community. It sucked me right in. Ooh, death, transition, change. Okay? Change. Or it could be into Archangel Azrael. Archangel Azrael is my absolute favorite angel of all of the angels. If you haven't looked into Archangel Azrael, I would absolutely recommend checking out what his energy is. To thy own self be true is really service to God. So make sure that you are following your own true self, your own true north, what it is that you truly desire, what it is that you're truly like into. I mean, when we're on our deathbed, we're not going to give a fuck what our floor looked like, what kind of car we drove. We're not going to care about any of these insignificant things. Like we're going to care about the things that we love, like the chances that we didn't take, the the expressions that we didn't express, the the things that we didn't say to the people that we actually love. Like most of the time, regret, like if you're going to regret doing it on your deathbed or not doing it on your deathbed, I would live your life by that, because to thy own self be true is really service to God. Okay, because are you going to regret doing it? Then don't do it. Are you going to regret not doing it? Then absolutely freaking go for it. Okay. And we got the world. So, completion, tying up any loose ends, learning what it is that you need to learn. And like, this is major cycle completion. This is not just like, oh, well, you passed a test. Like, this is like you got your PhD. This is passing, like, this is major level up. It's like you leveled up, you gained 20 on charisma. Okay, like you are off to face new battles, new obstacles. Like with every level up, there's always going to be an obstacle, right? I mean, even if we have, like, if you were to win the lottery right now, like, sure, like some of your problems would be taken away, like whatever financial problems, but then it would come with so many other obstacles that you probably couldn't even comprehend in this moment, right? Like every single level up comes with a new adjustment, some sort of new complications, or you know, like diversity and obstacles to overcome, right? It's like everybody talks about wanting to be famous, but it's like, can you handle all the paparazzi like coming after you when you're trying to take a shit? Like there's so many challenges that come with each upgrade. It's like keep 20 on charisma. Yep. Hi, Obsidian. And the tower. So be mindful of seeing the storm coming, okay? Because lightning doesn't strike out of a clear blue sky. All right? Like lightning, like the tower only burns when you haven't been paying attention, or when you've been ignoring it or trying to stuff it under the rug and stuff it under the rug. Don't make the universe do what you need to get done. If there's something that you know for a fact that you need to do, or that you need to release, but you just keep putting it off because you don't want to be the bad guy, or like you're just waiting for them to come correct, or to tell the truth, or whatever it is that you in your heart absolutely know you should do. Don't make the universe do it for you, because if the universe does it, it's a giant freaking ass kicking. Okay, it's not like a simple, like, oh, like I chose this. It's like when you have no choice in that tower burning, it's a whole other that's a whole other feeling, right? But you can see the storm a coming, or you know what's about to happen. You see it. It's not, I don't think it's sudden and abrupt. It might be sudden, it might appear sudden and abrupt, but them clouds have been building for a while. So don't put off what you absolutely know you are supposed to do. Okay? That's a crazy synchronicity. That's a pretty crazy synchronicity. I love it when that happens. I absolutely love that. All right. I feel like we need one more card. We need one more from somewhere. An angel number? Let's get an angel number. Bam, bam, bam. Well, it's all a matter of like what you learn this time. Do you want them to come back into your life? Let's get you an angel number. We'll wrap this up with an angel number. Sometimes people come back around as tests for us, or like there's like a, like a level up. You got to beat a new dragon. You got to beat the dragon so you can gain all the charisma points, level up your character. Aw, thank you so much. So you got 0909. Great chance, opportunity, courage, accomplishment, endings, conclusions, and big love. Look out for an opportunity that might be a game changer. You are completing something major. It feels good to level up. What the hell? That is pretty freaking, that's like on point. Level up, level up. You're getting 20 to charisma for sure. Okay. That's badass. Close that old chapter. New adventures will unravel. Wow. That's pretty amazing. That level up. Leveling up, man. With each level up, there's a new boss to beat, new challenges to overcome. Like, but then you also get new treasures to find. You get a ring of holding or um a great sword or something. So yeah, you're getting a major level up. So look out for opportunities that might be a complete game changer. New beginnings. 0909. That's pretty badass. And 999 and release. Balance, finances, success, wealth, cycles. What goes around comes around. Your current circumstances are ending, so you might take advantage of better ones. If you are experiencing a significant change or conclusion, viewing your life as a series of cycles or chapters may be helpful. How can you make room for something new to emerge? Something about the never ending story, too. I don't know. I feel like the never ending story. Something about Falcor, the never ending story. That was pretty synchronistic. I love that. That was pretty awesome. I will gladly play you Tuesday for hamburger today. Well, I love you guys so very much. Thank you guys so much for being here. And don't forget to hit the like button on your way out, okay? And thank you, Tanya. I love you. Whoop whoop. You guys are amazing. I'll see you guys soon, okay? Okay, bye.